Hey, it's Ed here. On today's video, we're going to be taking a look at technical analysis for Bitcoin with Elliott Wave Theory. On this video, again, we're going to be focusing on the structures coming off of the highs from 31k around the 14th of April. Since then, again, we've had quite a few different possibilities, and they are basically all still on the table. So let's go through them once again. This we have been talking about quite a few times already, where we had this coming down in three ways into a wave W. Then the question remains, what comes after? Is this three wave already the X wave completed, or is X wave going to be completed later, where we are going to be having the X wave somewhere later on, where instead of this being the X wave, this would be just the A of that wave X. Then we would have this as 3 coming down, and then we would potentially have something like this going upwards to basically create a pattern like for this. It's also possible that this wave B is not done. Again, unfortunately, there remains a lot of different possibilities since all of the structures coming off of the highs are made in threes. Even the structure here that seemed like it was super impulsive to the upside, we have already taken out the lows here, at least on Bitcoin, Binance futures, and also on ETH. So again, we can't really say that this was a fire wave unless it was part of something previous to it. And saying that this is an ABC expanded flat doesn't make any sense to me. So overall, A, B, and the C is still possible. Now, if we think of that, we can already see that, okay, it is kind of small, and we can't have that as the wave C. So the question remains whether this is, again, just the start of that B wave, basically. So instead B wave ending here, it could be ending here. Why is that? Expectation is just because, again, we have already taken out the origin of this wave move, and we can't really end the count here because, again, we have taken out that low as well. So the idea here would be that we could be creating a three wave here, a three wave up in here, and then three waves down here, coming back towards the expanded B pocket, which would remain around 25 to 24.7k, somewhere in here. Basically taking out the swing failure patterns of these both. Again, we had a swing failure pattern here on Tuesday 6th, and also here on 10th of June. So overall, we could have a structure something like this, which looks pretty decent, and then we would overall have a structure like that. Of course, this last leg does not need to be as impulsive, but that is one idea that we have to be thinking about. If the X wave is done, however, we would need to be thinking about how we're going to be getting towards that wave Y. At this point, we have not even hit the 0.618 extension of this original move, so I don't think this is done, nearly. I still have the old labelings here. But the idea is still the same, very same as with the X wave idea, where this could be a three wave like so, and then we would be creating a three wave like this. And depending on how low this goes, we could be going towards that one-to-one extension target. And at this point, what looks best for me is that we would be creating first this partner leg over for this structure here towards this one-to-one, taking out the high, taking out the liquidity that we have here, lying for the shorts, coming towards the golden pocket. Yeah, that's fine. And creating a swing failure pattern here. After that would be done, we would be looking to create another leg downwards, having that as the partner leg here. At this point, we would have to extend a bit higher, or sorry, a bit lower here to reach that one-to-one of this higher time frame. So that would be the best thing I would at this moment get. So three waves, a structure going up in here, and then looking for a three-way structure similar to this one here, downwards towards that one-to-one. This would be fitting into this idea that we've been talking about, this larger WXY. However, there is still one more option. As these are again in three waves, everything can be labeled so many different ways. You could even have it like this. Again, a diagonal. Three waves here, three ways up, so this would be a wave 1, ABC up, 2, 3, 4. We know that this has to be a three-way structure because we have already taken out the low. And again, that would be wave 4, and then 3 ways back down, wave 5. This would be the scenario where this would become a diagonal here. And now we would be correcting this whole structure, not only this structure downwards. So this would again target this high here instead of just this. Again, I like the upside at this point a bit more than the downside. Again, we have had that move to the downside. We cashed on this move, and yeah, this looks very decent as far away coming down. We had that divergence going on, and then we took quite a few different longs. We have the Bitcoin, my mana set up, and I got a couple of different altcoins as well that I'm long on at this point. But this is definitely something that you should be thinking of. If we are starting to gather up speed to the upside, the idea that this could be a diagonal is very much possible. If we are looking at this minimum amount of time, Saturday 24th, so I think that is in what, 2 weeks, yeah, 2 weeks of this correcting to the upside at least, and only then I would be looking for more structures to the downside. But at this point, I think this looks the best. If you want to get a bit more higher or a bit more bullish, I guess this would be the exit point, or at least taking profits here for sure, for this kind of setup. And yeah, you would be going short here, of course. Thing is, again, as we have all of these three-way structures, we don't know which one is going to be playing out. So the best thing is either not to play any or play them all. If you see a setup that seems good, take it and set your stop losses and make sure you take profits early on. And that way you can get good risk-reward ratios on your trades, and then of course get in on the moves as well. But I think that is pretty much all I had on Bitcoin. Let's check out ETH. And ETH was very similar here that Bitcoin was. We had this three-way structure coming down, and well, I'll just leave that on here. We had that three-way structure coming down, and we still have those same possibilities of having this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I don't really like the structures here, so it's not exactly the same as with Bitcoin. Bitcoin has this as the wave 1, then this would be wave 2, then this would be wave 3, but since I think this was the Bitcoin's wave 3, but it did not reach below the wave 1 of this alleged diagonal, so it can't be a wave 3. So wave 3 has to be here, then we would have 4, 5 here, and then we would get that retracement. So it's a bit different than Bitcoin. It does not really fit too well into that idea. So instead of looking at this too much, I'm still looking at more of Bitcoin and what it is doing, and of course some of the altcoins that are following Bitcoin more than it is, and then they are following ETH at this moment. Again, we had a massive dump here with altcoins. If you did not watch the cities video, I suggest you to do that, and you can get more information on that there. But yeah, nothing. I'm not going to be doing much on ETH. I'm still on long ETH here, short from the top and long from the bottom. I've taken profits. This was a bit extended structure, but again, altcoins do that, so I'm not really worried too much. Stops at the low, and we'll see how this forms up. But that's going to do it for this video. Again, if you want to educate yourself a bit more, check out the following advertisements. If not, thanks for watching, and catch you on the next video. Bye bye. Couple of advertisements here: Patreon Elliott Wave Basics course, weekly live streams, and more Elliott Wave analysis. Udemy Elliott Wave Advanced course, including RSI, risk management, Elliott Wave strategies and time analysis, and candle trend capital, trade setups, education, and community. Check us out if you're interested in learning more.